All right, so we need a position 5 who is a significant enough of a bully to even, you know, give Timber a bit of a difficult time in the laning phase.
Yeah, and
Crystal
Ursa's already
Maiden.
banned. Wow,
My
Crystal
goodness, haven't
Medine.
seen her in a hot minute. It's like everybody's been
Wow.
passing her on Tinder or something. Like we're not seeing her at all anymore. What's going on? Why not?
Suns fan.
That's a great. I don't freaking
Analysts, I go to
I
you.
literally forgot this hero existed.
Okay, I'll tell you my opinion on it then. I think this hero's underrated. I think people aren't picking it for reasons of like literally just forgetting that she exists. Sure, she can feed to some 4 positions like, Pudge, Tuskar, these sorts of heroes, but those heroes are kind of falling off recently. You're seeing a lot more spellcaster position 4s, Hoodwink, for example. And so I actually think Crystal Maiden is one of these like underrated heroes that should be coming back, given that the 4 meta has changed, because she's something like a Lich, where she has this like crazy chain harass in the lane, but because she has 2 nukes, she can actually kill a hero like Timbersaw. Like, you literally double her nuke and disable, and it's Lich, except as if Lich had 2 separate frost blasts that did slightly different things, which would obviously be incredibly OP because Lich is so difficult to lane against. So CM is good for the exact same reasons. It's just a question of like, will she feed or not? And
Well,
in most games, I would say no.
versus Immobilize versus Timbersaw, and now Void. Obviously, very good. I mean, Void is their first actual stun, I guess you could call it, with the Chrono for their lineup. I want to see a late game. Like, this is an Envy game, so it could go very late. I want to see a CM with the Shard. It's so funny to watch. Obviously, coupled with a Centaur makes it even funnier, but that was banned long ago. Ooh, Bloodseeker. Okay.
Yeah, I was curious.
So
if the
Bloodseeker
CM...
really good against Timbersaw. Or I'd say pretty good against Timbersaw, depending on the situation. I like it a lot.
He's not bad against Void either. I mean, Void drops the bubble, and if Bloodseeker is not in it, he could see where he has to drop essentially all of his spells and dump the silence and everything. So that's not too bad, but yeah, interesting nonetheless.
I know a lot of carry players actually consider Void to be a Bloodseeker counter. Well, at least BSJ does. I know he's got some extreme opinions, but I keep hearing every single time this thing gets picked against a Void, it's like, well, Void can actually just jump the rupture damage. So he can actually jump away, and because he's immune during the jump, he doesn't take any damage. So if you rupture him and then put the silence on the ground, you can just jump out of the silence and take 0 damage. And so it's one of those hard to kill heroes for Bloodseeker. I imagine they probably picked it because of the Timber, but even in lane, I think you need to have a pretty big lead to kill a Timber with these 2 heroes. Like, how much nuke damage do you have between like the Bloodseeker and the CM? Probably like, I don't know, 600. So like, what if Timber is just max armor stacks and has 800 HP? Like, he's not going to die.
Yeah. So I was like curious, like, I wonder if they forgot about options or didn't consider options like the Witch Doctor. It's something that came to my mind a bit late for something that could have possibly gone toe to toe against Timber, but now you're committed to the CM. Perhaps it's going to be helpful for what they're looking to pull out within their own strategy. But now I'm seeing a Bat Rider come out who's been seeing more playtime as of recent here. Now that we're seeing, a rise in some of these melee cores again, your axes and timbers and centaurs of the like. I mean, Bat Rider just seems to really love to play around with those.
And 4Zoomers has 0 saved, unless you want to consider like a Blink Mars ult that zones people. They don't really have an individual save for a Bat Rider. So it feels like a pretty decent Bat Rider game from that perspective, at least. Yeah, now you just continue to ban. Like, what is the Gunner hero? He hasn't. He never last picks his hero. It's very strange.
So, if this was a Gunner hero, which it's not, I would say that this seems like a really good OD game because you can save from the Chrono, you can save from the Bat Rider lasso, and then you're a hero that actually just can easily kill a Timbersaw no matter how farmed he gets. So I feel like this is actually like a really dank OD game, but I don't know. I feel like they're doing something weird with this Bloodseeker because like CM Bloodseeker, like Dakota was saying, it's like, why not something like a Witch Doctor? So why not something that answers a little bit better? Like, there's got to be somewhere that they're going with this. Maybe they're actually going to do the Shard on CM and play with like the Bloodseeker Blood Rage on her, something crazy like that. There's some combo that they're going to be doing here that we'll probably see in the game, and it's going to blow our mind.
Monkey King used to be a thing with CM, and Gunner played it a while back. Oh yeah, I forgot about old Snapfire.
They
has been
have
played
some
all over the
crazy
place.
chrono damage now.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, black and
Yeah.
yellow lineup looks real good.
This is a good
I've
draft.
seen,
Pretty good.
I think I've seen one game of Gunner Mars mid. I don't know if they're actually gonna do that, but that is a technical
Man.
possibility.
Versus a potential Bat Rider
Against
though,
Bad, that's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah, that's tough.
that makes me wince a bit, unfortunately.
It's a tough Mars game. Like you're in a side lane, you might be against a Timber, in the mid lane, you might be against a damn Bat. You know, so it's like, what's a good lane? Just throw him as a 5 at this point. CM off lane, probably better. All right, we need a Gunner hero. What is our Gunner hero?
You obviously don't pick. Okay. Storm. We got mobility.
Storm it out. All right, our draft's complete, gentlemen.
Wow.
If you're basing this mostly on draft, who would you back in this one? Suns fan, I'll actually start with you this time on the outside.
I thought on paper in terms of lineups, 4Zoomers is like a 60-40. I'm gonna flip that 60-40 for black and yellow now because their lineup just to me looks way better.
All right, Jenkins.
I agree, Dakota. I think the only problem is lack of disable for Storm. That's the only problem. Everything else is great.
All right. Well, you heard it from the draft. Why don't we go ahead and just get ourselves into a break? Because when we return, we've got Trent, we've got GoDz, and we've got Pop-Tart bringing you game number 1.
And we're back. It's game 1 for Zoomers versus Black and Yellow. GoDz joining me is Trent. Trent, you know, the panel suggested something fishy might be going on. Why are we seeing stuff like this? You know, the CM Bloodseeker. I think there were some question marks around what 4Zoomers might be doing here. What do you reckon?
I think the heroes are fine. I don't know. This is like some decent SA Dota. I don't know. I feel like we got a lot of Bloodseeker down there. A little bit of Crystal Maiden. You know, it's Crystal Maiden and Storm. Classic combo. A little bit of the mana battery. Some Suns fan faces. We got some NA Dota 2 going on.
I like it. I kind of like just Frostbite as a root and disable against heroes like Void, Bat Rider, Timbersaur as well. So does seem to make sense to me.
Yeah, she's got some sauce now. You know, with the shard too.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny watching NA because I was watching some of the Chinese games last night and they were kind of joking when they got to like a 10th pick. Oh, this team could pick Hoodwink and like, oh, and then everyone's like, I think it was Lizard Lacoste like, oh, if they pick Hoodwink, they insta lost. Here in NA, Hoodwink is like tier 1 position 4 hero.
Yeah, I don't know. The hero seems. I don't know if it's like the best. I think it is in a slight experimentation phase. Like I don't know if the team is like fighting for their top slot if they'd necessarily take it every time. But I mean, the players who have been spamming it, as you said, they seem to think that it's very strong. So
yeah, didn't Quincy picked it against EG, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's just what popped in my head, and I was like, well, I say that. And yeah. I don't know if it is. Does his face glow a little bit too? It does. Why does it glow? Sorry about the first blood pop tart. I'm sure it was very exciting, but why does Sunsfan's face glow?
Where are you seeing the glow? Maybe that's
like
just the shine of his forehead.
On mine.
Oh,
maybe it's. I guess I should look at the preview. Yeah, it like glows.
Okay.
Why is the sun behind him? Does it emanate behind your Sunsfan?
Wow. I guess because it's in the river. Because, yeah, on my screen, I have, like, low graphics quality on, so I don't actually see it. But when I look at the preview, yeah. Okay.
Wow. Amazing. Congratulations, Sunsfan. It's probably the only spray that glows. The other ones, they didn't bother adding that effect.
Prismatic Shard Sunsfan spray. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, now you're talking. And just another revenue stream. AA Void, classic combo as well. Decent laner. It doesn't give AA, like, the stun that you want for the cold feet, but, I mean... Hey, you're gonna bash. You zone them a little bit, maybe get a little bit of a slow with the time dilation, and you might get lucky enough to proc one.
Yeah, it does feel like they've picked pretty decent heroes for Void, like to stop him time walking. Like, yeah, they mentioned how the Bloodseeker is not really a counter, but I feel like with Frostbite, with the Hoodwink route, with the Mars, they've got a lot of ways to lock the Void down.
Yeah, what 2.9 seconds on the Blood Rate, 3-second Frostbite, easy.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's synergy right there, just by the numbers.
I like it. And looking at some of the other lanes down bottom, it is going to be a CM Bloodseeker trying to deal with this Timbersaur on early levels, doing just fine. But I imagine this gets a bit harder as Timbersaur gets more points in that reactive.
Yeah, another hero that kind of was like the top of the band's start of the season, and in the middle of the season, I feel like it fell off a little bit in some of the regions, and now all of a sudden it's just like completely back. Seeing a lot of like first phase Timbers across the board. Just limits the heroes that you want to pick. Generally just annoying. Gives a lot of space for your position 4 to rotate. And in this game, we also have the Bat Rider, who I think is still a very exciting hero that should be picked more often. With just feels like the item build's really good right now. I don't feel like I need Blink Dagger. The Shard is crazy good, and no Dispel.
Slightly tricky lane to start things off here. Gunnar putting a lot of pressure on him with the early boots, but Gunnar at the same time missing a lot of creeps underneath his tower while he goes to snag these runes. So we'll see how things progress there. But so far, slightly Storm favored mid matchup.
Yeah, and then Storm a little bit faster in the jungle too. Obviously back in abuse stacks easier with like a single Firefly, but that is assuming someone's out there making them for them. No. As it's actually Ocean who's in his jungle right now getting a ward down, so he'll be keeping an eye on set stacks. Oh, he's going to catch a courier coming through on that ward now too. But he's wise to it. The courier's going home, does not want to lose its boots.
Yeah, even the AA doesn't want to bring the Tango South from the tower. Until now. He sees with Blink, so he knows it's safe, so they're good.
On the ball here. I mean, classic Envy, right? Min-maxing as best he can. His last hit's not going so hot, though. He's kind of getting bodied up here.
Having a rough time. Brax, his laning just being really solid with the Hoodwink, and I feel like part of the Hoodwink strength is the fact that players are just not used to the hero. It's always a lot harder to play against heroes you just don't fully understand what they do. Like every other hero in Dota you've played hundreds, thousands of games against maybe, but Hoodwink you've played maybe 50 against.
Yeah, it's kind of like some of my friends, they like this other game called League, you know. And they'll ask me, have I I've ever watched League? I'm like, I can turn that on, and just because I'm like professional at Dota, I don't actually understand anything because I have no concept of like the reach, the range. I don't know when you're in the danger zone versus this other little pixel thing. So I don't find it very interesting and entertaining. That's basically Hoodwink right now. It's like, all I know is buy Quelling Blade for the Bushwhack.
Okay.
Brax, though. Oh, yeah, there you go. Nice fairy fire.
He's out. And meanwhile, Jubei is looking a bit dead here. Ocean has the vision from the Bloodseeker. 1 or 2 more right clicks. One more. Oh, no, got the fairy fire. Ocean, he's going for this. He's willing to die for it, looks like.
Perfect. Oh, no, but Envy's coming. Nice. Oh, my God.
He lived. Oh. Envy should have came over, but yeah.
I almost feel like he wanted to die. If like Envy was just gone or whatever, if he could just like get the death and then TP mid, I almost feel like that'd be better. But it's okay because Gunnar has a full bottle right now, and he's not in a precarious position, so we're good.
If anything, playing against Bat, you're going to be constantly on 21 charges, and with Bat, you're either dead or you're full health. It feels like.
Yeah, true.
There's no in between where this Bat Ride is harassing me down to half health. No, he's either diving you or he's just ignoring you.
And the window just shut on any potential rotations. I mean, they have an AA and a snap. It's pretty unlikely anyway, but level 6 is there. So Gunnar now very difficult to pressure whether in the lane or the jungle for the heroes on black and yellow, short of like a chrono.
Yeah, this is looking like a relatively good Storm game. We'll see if Gunnar makes any aggressive moves as Esk is pressuring him with the Firefly, but just kind of farming the lane more than anything, knowing that Gunnar does have that level 6, of course.
Yeah, and he was like spamming his spells out too, so he could actually just use the max value of his wand because he just wants to get it rolling again. The second Esk tries to pressure him.
Well, the big rune, the 6-minute rune, that's when the power runes come into play. We already have Yamsen. Like, he's like, not even 6 minutes, it's like 5:40, and he's camping this bottom rune ready to go. So we'll see where Gunnar goes. They have a
sentry too, so they know about this OBS on the high ground.
But they've TP'd in the Crystal Maiden. Husky wants to secure the rune. Gunnar gets it by himself. Now he's got the backup of a CM, but now they got the damage to actually kill Yamsen here. Doesn't have any spells. The cookie's still on cooldown, but he's back safe to his tower.
Yeah, even with the arcane so much. Oh, the pain! Oh, the sentry! They had a sentry that was going to take down the Radiant, but they lose their own. Ouch. That's going to be pricey. Someone send this Batrider a sentry again. If he can ever even get to that ward now, honestly, it's kind of dangerous versus level 6 Storm.
Yeah. And with that Siege Wagon, bit of damage being dealt to this tier 1 mid tower, but nothing too significant, so looks like Gunnar's going to make the move. I think he feels like he's not being scouted because they de-warded that mid ward, but there is a ward nearby. It doesn't scout his move, yeah. With the spear under the tree, they bring down Envy. And Jubei surely to follow. Nice double kill top.
I love how Gunnar, even though he was super low, he just used the Vortex anyway. Just like absolutely guarantee it. Like there was still actually a few seconds left to the time walk, but Gunnar's not messed around. He's like, there's no way I'm letting this stupid Void not get chain stunned.
And I like that move because they get the D ward mid. He just waddles his way top lane. No rune, no nothing. Just happy to make an easy gank.
Yeah, Esk finally gets his revenge on the ward in the mid, but at the same time, they will grab a kill down bottom and revenge once more. The Timber too. That's great for Brax.
Yeah, he's almost level 7 already. Has the arena online. He is going to be able to make a lot of moves around the map at this point. It feels like.
Surprised how much Envy's actually caught up. He's been getting a lot of much better space, considering he just died. He was at 8 CS when Brax was at like 14 or something.
Yep.
Trying to find a little bit now though, and his net worth is lowest of the cores, unfortunately. But he'll start catching up as he moves to the jungle.
And it's that time where he kind of has to move to the jungle. Sammy Boy TP's top. The Storm's up there for a bottle refill. Does look like Gunner's going to head back mid and let his supports know that this is his lane. 8-minute rune gets denied, so no power rune in play, and looks like both teams are just posturing around this mid lane.
I believe Jenkins was pointing out the win rate of
Jump mid.
Mr. Esk here.
Oh, nice chrono. Will this be enough to save Esk? It looks like it, and Gunner needs to zip his way out of there, but he gets chain stunned, and Esk with a nice lasso to follow it up. Perfect chrono from Envy.
And Husky, I mean, they're actually low on spells. They have a cold feet. Oh, there it is. Yeah, just in case. So, yes, he was saying AA, 57.4% win rate, one of the highest ones out there. Well, you know what? Faceless Void has snuck up to a 56.9% win rate in top-tier pubs.
Ooh.
In, like, 1,600 games. This hero is absolutely massive at the moment. I mean, that's crazy high. When considering all other carries feel like they're 50 or like 52 max.
Envy though. Oh, he's out. Oh no, he's not out. Oh.
Yeah, well, it's almost
a true 50-50 sequence. He gets the 3-man chrono turnaround at the mid tier 1, and then he just plays a bit too greedy, farming some creeps, and Gunner just TPs in and kills him. Basically, just because Time Walk was on cooldown, and then even when it came up, yeah, he still went down.
Bit rough, yeah. Oh, now the Rupture, too.
Rupture, yeah. Brax hits the spear into a tree for some extra Rupture damage and easy kill on 0.
Level 6 Hoodwink now at 930. Oh, baby.
No.
Feeling good.
I mean, you're talking about the Void. Do you think it's like been the buffs, or is the other carries getting worse? Is it a meta thing?
You know what? I was very surprised to see that, honestly, because I feel like the hero's not picked that much in competitive, and in pubs, unless he's like really overtuned, I feel like he kind of has problems sometimes because, the coordination of pro game is so much better that you always expect that he's going to work better in that circumstance because people play around your ulti a lot better. So the fact that he's that good, I mean, it is top tier pubs. Like, we're talking like, some of the very best. But maybe.
Freezing field setup onto S. The Batrider getting low. The Storm follow-up will be enough damage to bring him down. Nice bait on the top rune. 4 Zoomers smoking for that rune play.
Very busy mid lane over the past couple minutes here. Everyone really wants to take advantage of this catapult coming through now, and I think the Zoomers have got it. They still have the sharpshooter, so you don't want to come mess around here if you're one of these like lower HP supports. Juve needs to be a little bit cautious.
Even 0, if there's an arena spear, could potentially find himself in a bit of danger here. Void's chrono still on cooldown, and that's really where 4 Zoomers have been able to make all these moves. Not afraid of that dive into turnaround chrono until it's back up. And Void is, he's going to TP. Could be looking to come in.
I mean, spear is 2.8 seconds. Once the root gets maxed out, that'll be 3 seconds. And so we're talking about Blood Right, but combo that with the sharpshooter, you max out at 3 seconds as well. So don't dive too deep. The turnaround is very real. Although Firefly killed the tree, I think. Oh, he went for the spacing.
Okay. The one last kiss. Oh, they're going to bring him down. Nicely placed by Yamsen.
All right. Bold attempt, the old sharpshooter bounce back. I love it when they used to go high ground. That's the top tier play.
Oh, yeah. For some extra juking play. Yeah, I mean, it caused like 2 or 3 kisses in a row to miss. It was a nice attempt to save his own life there. And for Black and Yellow, they kind of defend their tier 1 mid. It's on 69 health.
He pinged it.
Yeah. He's like, nice. Let's get that.
Let's hurry. Because,
no, or they're like, let's not touch it. This is just how we like it.
Oh, Envy doesn't have a TP, though. Oh, and really? He couldn't quite get the tower.
Oh, he TP'd bottom. Mid lane, meanwhile, Esk does manage to dodge the acorn shot, but oh, nice. Arena comes
Interesting.
up. Esk is ready with a lasso and just gets an easy free kill on him. There's nothing to cancel a freezing field, however, so Esk goes down with the help of the damage from the sharpshooter.
That was pretty slick because Brax was trying to run away, and so he arenaed ahead of himself to guarantee that when he got lassoed, he wouldn't be pulled out to the rest of black and yellow, and they could get a trade. Pretty sneaky.
Yeah, nicely done. And Four Zoomers not done themselves. They instantly smoke up. It feels like they're really looking to play aggressive here in this early game stages, using, I believe, like the third smoke in 5 minutes.
Making sure someone's always on this tower. So it remains alive.
Envy.
Envy.
Oh, it's
that's
the
an
Orca timing. Yeah, Ocean, as he got the damage, they're already retreating. Ocean knowing what's coming his way, and that Storm can get the kill by himself, and without a lasso, very heads-up play from Gunnar, knowing he can just get out of there. And well, Ocean, you can see why he started to run, because he does not have a good escape for this, but with the Sharpshooter bounce back, Cold Feet Ice Blast, he's still dead. Nice try.
Yeah, okay. So that was cute. Husky, mid,
Yeah.
also just going to go down there. It's a freebie.
Maybe if he
Man,
shot
they
the
still have this
Sharpshooter,
tower.
like, if he shot it upwards so he bounced down towards the lane, maybe he could have lived, but I think he just wanted to get the damage in.
Yeah. Nothing happening there. There is a Bloodseeker in this game.
Yeah.
And Sammy Boy's huge. He has been jungling like crazy. 101 last hits, almost 6,500 net worth now as they deny the mid tower. What are we going next? Just straight BKB, Sammy? Yeah, okay. Bat Rider,
Okay.
Timber, AA, Snap. I mean, Void's largely magic damage too.
It does feel like a game where Black and Yellow are going to have to get the most out of their chrono, whereas Four Zoomers are not playing around any really truly long cooldowns. The Arena pretty low, Rupture pretty low, and yeah, just no big cooldowns on the Four Zoomer side.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about Storm lineups. I think is pairing it with cores that don't need that timing to like play around. Because Storm never wants to stop, just wants to like get my mana back and then just go again. That's the cooldown. It's just your mana regen. I don't want to wait around for a faceless Void all game. And again, Gunnar just gonna TP out of here. Is there a concern of going late now? I mean, it's an Envy lineup, of course, but like the Zoomers don't actually have any tower push. Like, considering how long that tower sat, 69 health, you can kind of tell that they don't really commit very easily for buildings. And so that could end up delaying this game a little bit, and then it just comes down to the chronos.
I mean, late game, do you think Void is that kind of be-all, end-all of carries, or... I mean, Storm Bloodseeker seems pretty decent, too.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that... honestly, one of the main problems is that eventually Chrono just gets countered by Aegis and Buyback, and those are things that I feel like with the control they're likely to have on 4 Zoomers, they'll have plenty of. A D-Ward's going to cost Husky his life, surely.
Well, it does give Zoomers some info about where some of these heroes are, particularly Envy, who is a bit of a threat now with the Chrono, so... Nice kill for Black and Yellow, but CM did get the D-Ward.
Yeah, and here I am talking about the push on Zoomers. It's not much better for Black and Yellow. Yamsun is pretty much the only person in this game that hits towers.
A game of both teams trying to,
stretching
like,
it.
out-efficiency each other, in a way, it seems.
Yeah, or just, like, find the perfect team fight at towers because you have so much time to set up. Like, there's no need to rush a defense of, like, oh, hurry! You know, they might kill our building. You're going to have, like, a solid 20 seconds of hanging out. Oh, another great sentry here from Husky. He is on point with the D-boards. Absolutely killing them in the vision game. Needs to get some obs out, though. They are blind right now, I think. They got just the one in the mid now.
Yeah. And for Zoomers, it does look like the itemization is towards several BKBs, Bloodseeker and Mars, both working towards one. Storm going a different direction, going, I don't care about BKB, I'm going to carry this game anyways kind of build.
Nice.
Has the Kaya queued up into some bigger non-BKB items.
They're making a very clear push onto this top tower with their movements. So Black and Yellow setting up for a similar idea. They want to catch the waves in the mid, maybe try and push the mid tower or the bottom tower together. They're just all swarming the opposite side of the map right now. It's not that speedy, though. It's not like they're going to get any equal pressure happening. They go for the ward behind the tier 1 mid, so it looks like this is where they want to set up for their fight.
Yeah, it feels like Black and Yellow have been trying to set up for a while on this tier 1 mid, but this could be it. But unfortunately, maybe for Zero, is he gets gone on before they can truly make this play. Sammy's just chasing him down. Zero getting very low. The sharpshooter is gonna. Oh, sorry, no sharpshooter just yet. He goes for the. Can he hit it? Oh, close.
I didn't have any wards made around there. That was a little worrisome.
Envy making the rotation towards mid. Has
nice
a
cookie
completed
mid.
Manta style, yeah. They take out Sammy. That's a big kill. That's the Zoomers carrying. They're going to perhaps follow up with more. Ocean getting caught by the Batrider Flame Break. Husky on the CM getting caught by himself. So a couple more kills going the way of Black and Yellow. And that feels like the first big team fight they've really... I mean, it wasn't a team fight, but the first really good sequence of events for them.
I love the instant death by Sammy Boy into We Need Vision on, that bottom part of the map. Oh, the Chrono, too. They just want to get them all together. And Braxia with the AA Ice Blast. Surely you're going to go down here. Just give this man a... I would have Manta'd there to catch the spear. Lag. That's true. I mean, they do have Cookie. Like, he's Sag. I mean, surely that must have been what he's talking about, because he didn't get cookied at all. Press W, I'm dead. Don't tell him, Envy. Please tell him it's on cooldown, Envy. I beg you. All right, so after this, Gunner's coming, and he has the Orchid. Do they turn and kill him? He has no spear.
I mean, I guess
have
for
to
Envy...
wait for spear.
Envy's holding the Manta until... For Orchid, almost always, I feel
Exactly.
Like. Yeah.
Unless he gets greedy after this pause, thinking he's not going to get this kill now because of the snap.
That's true. I mean, he has this entire pause to think about, like, okay, where is Storm on the map? Am I going to die if I commit my Manta?
He's going to put out a picture on some milk cartons. Going to send him around. Have you seen this man? Was he bottom lane? Did he go mid on our ward?
Yep.
Try and get an artist rendition drawing of Gunner. We luckily have one, thank you. From the MVP. He looked like a dude holding a bear, I believe. So look for that guy. Yeah.
Might not recognize him in the Abed costume. So
True.
We'll see.
That's a very good point. It's gonna be a confusing graphic. Oh, Yam son.
So what's the call? Who dies in this top lane?
I think nobody. I think Envy just walks away. And he's going to take 2 swings. And if he doesn't get a bash, he's just going to walk away.
He's hoping for that bash.
He'll walk. Okay, he walks back towards. He tries to bash twice. How long does Cookie reach?
I don't think it's close enough for the Cookie.
I'm thinking if he like backs halfway towards him though, like if he gets 1 bash and then he backs for the Cookie while he's stunned.
Oh
my God!
The
what?
Cookie on the time walk, but unfortunately for Envy, he doesn't quite land the stun. That looks sick, though. And
wait,
your
was
call.
the Cookie already coming up? That looks longer than... Oh, whatever. They're dead.
Oh. Luckily, the spear catches the Snapfire there.
Yes. Yeah, Envy was definitely dead if that didn't happen. We'll give Yam some of the credit on that one.
Yeah.
Damn,
Well,
I can't believe that Cookie reached. That was crazy.
it looked like he kind of like doubled back, caught the Cookie, and then time walked forward, hoping to, like, while the projectile's in the air.
It went for some
reposition.
big plays on that one.
That pause allowed him to try and big braid it, but perhaps overthought it a bit.
All right. Well, Sammy Boy, very close now to the PKB as he finishes out some neutral items and some ancients.
For the twins.
And 4 Zoomers are setting up full camp in this dire jungle, it feels like. They've now got that good vision down.
Pause was well timed because maybe they'll have forgotten like the feel of when Chrono was,
That's true. Yeah, if you didn't actually write it down, it can completely mess with your head a bit.
Pauses are actually... It's crazy how much they impact you when you're playing Dota.
Yeah.
Like, I lose complete track of everything. Like, where everyone was on the map, you have that general feeling of, like, cooldowns and, like, glyphs. And good luck. I don't write that down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ward in the mid lane spot 0, as, they do indeed take hold of that jungle. 0 also just holding on to this Imp Claw. I don't know if he's, like, making some considerations here or wants to find Envy or what. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's say Envy surely wants to upgrade that one.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting you can pass items so far now.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I just got really confused where that Imp Claw went.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And for Zoomers, using their map control, take the tier 2 top, allowing them access to the outpost, getting it before 20 minutes. They smoke up. They're making a move to defend their mid tower here. Bloodseeker runs in. Sammy Boy has the BKB now.
Snap is nuts. Oh, Lasso.
Oh, yeah, Lasso catches up Brax. Brax does not have a BKB. He's going to get out of this one, but the kisses are there waiting for him. The arena comes out, but that's going to allow them to set up and kill Esk on the Batrider Gunner. Rocks into the fight on the Storm, takes up the Snapfire. Perhaps Zero could be next. Can they bring down the Timber? No Vortex for now, but Sammy with plenty of right-click damage. The Storm going to bowl after him one more time. 3 seconds till they've got a Vortex here. Oh, Sharpshooter going to be off the mark.
Oh, that Orchid, nice.
I think he knows if he gets far enough
has
away,
a
he can maybe
Yule too.
TP out. Yeah. Well, I guess he can't TP away from this Hoodwink. The Storm's low in mana, but... Zero, yeah, nice. Gets away from the
He's
Acorn
making
shot.
plays. Oh.
Yep. Still has the Yules. He's gonna... Okay, he's out. He's free.
Wow, well done. They had the vision too. They still lost 3 heroes, unfortunately, but at least it wasn't a 4th. And he bought enough time now that they couldn't actually do anything when the Chrono was still down, and they won that fight. So now Chrono's back up.
Oh, by the way, Envy.
Yeah.
Rushing into the Shard.
Very interesting. I mean, first Roach hasn't even been taken yet, so it would have been a very long time if he's thinking like, oh, I'm a carry player, so I'm going to get the free shard. But he wants that big value. Very interesting Aghanims. Or Aghanim shard, rather.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about it still.
Yeah, even me, I'm reading through this now. I'm like, how does this help him? I guess it allows him to go in, get some damage, and then just kind of basically do unpunished damage because he can time walk in aggressively and then reverse time out of there.
Yeah, it's kind of cool versus like Bushwhack. I mean, that should be something you're probably able to dodge. The Blood Right, maybe you don't get punished from that. Obviously, you still have to be a little bit careful though, because you're gonna be jumping into things like the Orchid or all of these random AOE effects like the arena or whatever, and you don't want to get like chain stunned in there. But with the Manta to help out, I don't know. It's kind of expensive for that use case, but you know,
yeah,
Void
that's
is
where
winning games. So
yeah, I think that's where I'm a little put off by is just the fact that he isn't very farmed. Like he's got he doesn't have a farming item. He's their kind of late game carry, and it feels like this is just going to maybe slow down his item progression for the items he needs to carry the game.
it's definitely the earliest one I can remember ever seeing bought.
Yeah. And of course, the other good thing about it is it just straight up increases time walk cast range, which is pretty nice in itself.
Yes, yeah, that part's crazy good. True. That part is like actually busted. So maybe that's partially why, because their initiation is so poor this game that he feels like it's more necessary for that.
Yeah, I'm like
which
trying
is
to
kind of fair. It's
turn
kind
the
of like
cogs,
a blink,
figure
right?
out. Yeah, it really is. Like I'm like this reverse time walk seems like it's super situational, like not worth 1400 gold, but I'm like, oh wait, it just gives him extra cast range. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Yeah. But
keep it simple, stupid.
And his Chrono is the way they win these fights. It's not like he's got to kill people in the Chrono. His teammates will. AA, Snapfire, they've got the perfect heroes to dump damage into a Chrono. So landing a good Chrono is really one of his big priorities.
All right, I'm on board, Envy. Good build. I'm in.
Yep. It's going for the
Quality
full,
for the game.
the full arsenal of Ags with the Scepter next.
Oh, God, yeah, some please.
Okay. You know, he's just trying to let the viewers trickle in. You know, a lot of people catching some of the European action going on. You know, those European teams just love playing at 2 a.m. So just letting the viewers from those games have some time to come check out the fantastic.
That's a really good point, actually. Yes, they are good at doing that. Have they finished out yet? They must be done by now, are they?
I don't know. I think their game 3
they're
was
actually
starting.
on to game 3. Are you serious?
It was
They
looking like it was going to be 2-0.
game 3?
I think they started game 3.
Oh, okay. They're in the middle of game 3. Okay, I see. They're 20 minutes in. All right.
But yeah, a lot of great DPC action going on out there. Thank you. NA
some
fans.
great and some European. Fine.
If the European teams, you know, if they were so good, they should be out of 2-0 each other. You know, NA teams have mastered the out of 2-0s.
That's a very good point.
And the fact everybody can beat everyone and it's totally even, like, what's that about?
I don't know. Some wild stuff going on over there. Thankfully, we have such balanced and efficient Dota happening here, like a Roach that's uncontested. after this pause, taking advantage of the fog of war and the fog of the pause.
Yep.
To get an Aegis on Gunner.
The brain fog.
That's every time I play Dota. All just fog.
You and me both.
I got no idea what's going on. I'm just along for the ride, you know? I feel like I've seen Ocean just jungling a lot. I think just like, you know, I'm in the trees, just taking advantage of like lurking around, staying off map. It's kind of cool with like the Blightstone. It seems kind of efficient with the Bushwhacks too. It's this Voidstone, like, just chilling, just hitting some creeps. You know, I'm still here, guys. I got long range spells. You know, that's pretty fast to just Acorn shot down camps like that.
It does seem was I think to me part of why Mirana was always good outside of, you know, the arrows and whatnot, being able to kill siege creeps, is like you just farm well. Like you could always scale well as a 4, and I think we see that out of the Hoodwink as well. It reminds me a lot of Mirana in the 4 role.
Yeah, I like to play Earth Spirit, so, you know, I'm like yelling at my team, guys, can we go do something, please?
Yeah.
Very poor. You know, I can't battle this Centaur. It's going to take me like 45 seconds to kill it.
Yeah. No, this is a 4 that never gets into the middle of a fight. It's always on the outside.
Ooh, the big jump in there. Reverse.
Maybe he's just doing it for the memes. That's the other possibility.
Big scouts here.
True.
Yeah. Just making sure to see what's going on. All right, now don't block a camp now, guys. All right, good. Envy would never. All right, scouting once again. Grabs the rune.
I do question a bit Envy's ability to carry this game as it goes late against Bloodseeker and Storm, who are both itemizing for the late game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Envy kind of is too with the Ags. You know? Like, it makes you tankier, and your farm speed does increase. It's essentially like a farming and a fighting item. And, you know, in combination with the shard, geez, he's basically playing anti-mage.
So when do you get the Axe proc on your reverse time walk?
No, as it specifically says.
Oh,
yes.
Where?
Does not affect health or proc scepter hits. Great question, though. For once, the tooltip actually has the answer.
Yeah,
that's the more shocking part.
Okay, I feel like it should. That would be like honestly pretty hilarious. Like I don't actually think it would make it any better, but that would just be funny.
Yeah, it seems weird because like what, you're gonna be down to one hit and then you're gonna be like Dr. Cool time walk back for the final kill or something. Like, oh yeah.
I feel like exactly. That's the only use it would have is just for like some style swagger plays, but there's no actual competitive edge to having it. But
yeah.
Here we go. Both teams taking one side of the map. 4 Zoomers, bottom lane, all theirs. Gonna be working away there on some towers, but black and yellow avoiding fights.
Dude, if it worked on both ends of it though, like you could like be in the middle of a team fight and you could time walk from one part of the fight to another part and then instantly double back and stun everyone.
Oh, you could just like
Ice Frog. Come on.
Oh, I guess you could time walk in the spot and then do it, and then reverse time walk in the spot.
Oh, you know what? That's probably exactly why.
Yeah, then you get like a chain bash.
We solved it.
I mean, if you're willing to get Ags and Shard and B, speaking of it, Chronosphere, Ice Blast follow-up. They want Sammy Boy. He's already used his BKB, so he's going to go down and Envy. Time walking assemble out of there. Doesn't have the ability to reverse time. He goes down with the freezing field. CM Husky just obliterating them with this freezing field. Finally goes down underneath the tower here. The Zero Timbersaw going to get caught by the Bushwhack, and he's low, but he's actually not dead. Unfortunately, he doesn't Timber Chain very far. Gunner with an
Aegis. You gotta get this Aegis, CM son. Just get the Aegis.
Yes. Got it. Right. Okay. A very small consolation prize as they get team wiped, unfortunately.
Honestly, it only had a minute left. Gunner was probably just going to jump into the tower.
Yeah. Well, a big fight won by 4 Zoomers.
Man, look at that damage across the board. It was CM who did the most. It's true. 3,044 out damage everyone on the team. Easy carry here from Husky. Brax also spearing the BKB Batrider to start things off. That was quality. Didn't notice the glow and all the fire that was there, but then he redeemed himself with the sweet arena after. So all was well in the end, and they have a pretty solid lead now. As
yes,
anytime you lose a chrono fight, it's real bad news.
Yeah, it feels like, okay, let's go farm, wait for our next items, or, you know, maybe best case scenario, you gotta at least wait for this chrono and then smoke up, but if 4 Zoomers won, they could try and take another fight in the next kind of 60 seconds before that chrono was online.
Yeah, also just like, I think they just want to control the top half of the map and just prep for the next Roche. You know, you got 3 minutes to do it. Time to do it is before Roche spawns, you know, no panics or anything, as we got some neutral items to farm in the meantime. Psychic headbands all around, ceremonial robe. Ooh, that's a good one for this game. Who carries it though?
Psychic had been on Storm. Getting a lot of extra intelligence from this. Not sure. The push with the Rupture could be nice, but I don't know if the push helps the Storm that much.
They buffed that too. Why did they buff the intelligence? I always thought the percent bonus was one of those things that I didn't like because it benefits some heroes like drastically more than others.
Yeah.
And then they just went ahead and buffed it. So I don't know. Now it's like kind of insane on Storm.
How much int is he? So he's on. Yeah, he's on a pretty crazy amount of int. Is it base int or all int?
It should just be your base int, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
So he's getting roughly plus 16 int.
Big brain.
Yeah. I can do that. 16% of 100. I've got the
Nice.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you handle that. It's because you're not American. You know.
True.
You
I
can
like to
figure it
hope.
out. We
I
had to
like to
import
hope.
you so that we got someone who could do the math.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Look, surely any education hasn't let us down that much. They can't figure those kind of equations out.
I know. I feel like you do one of those street videos and find it pretty fast. Oh, is that an Aeon disc, Sammy boy? This is. I hear this is the China play. They were up to this a few weeks ago, where everyone was just buying Aeon disc versus Void and Enigma. It's pretty cool. Like it's kind of frustrating how good it is. Like, because you think of this as such a supporty item.
Yeah.
That for your position one to buy, it sounds kind of lame. But like they have Lasso and Chrono, so he just doesn't want to die to that.
Jump in. Not going to bring down the Timbersaw, who self-heals. Sammy boy already assembled it though, and they're going to pop it for free, and then he gets lassoed. Although, actually,
it was still going, I think.
Oh, he was just a millisecond too soon.
Right now, I'm just confused. What just happened? Why should that have broken? You only get the one strong dispel though, and then you get 75% status resistance. So maybe it was just the 75%.
The status,
but it felt like it was even shorter than that.
He has SMY as well, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess the way it stacks with the SMY, I don't.
Yeah, that's actually hilarious. So it was probably like because it's not full ad anymore, but it would still be crazy high.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's what it was. Oh, there you go. He just missed it right at the end. I mean, it's funny because we were just talking the other day actually in a cast about how you don't really think about the 75% status resistance because once it goes off, people just like stop casting spells at you. But well, there you go. Sometimes they don't.
Oh, that would have been a big pickup if they could have gotten it, but just a fraction of a second too soon from Esks on the Batrider. As it does look like Forest Zoomers are going to do what you kind of mentioned, you know, play around this top side and just look to set up to secure yourself the next Roshan, which is that big Roche number 2.
The game winner these days. And Andus is back in 15 seconds as he returns to the high ground.
They force a glyph. They send Sammy boy. They see Hero's bottom, so they're like, okay, we can actually go high ground, take a tier 3 tower here.
Famous tower pushing Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Slow and steady. I mean, he is kind of turtley with his little shell of blades running behind him.
And for Black and Yellow, they're going to be thinking, how do we get ourselves into a good situation with a good Chronosphere? Void about to hit level 20. Seems like a nice little spike for him. I would imagine we see the Time Walk based on the shard, but who knows?
Damn, and we just got the sweetest get out with that Manta, by the way. He ran his illusions like through here, and he found an Ob sitting on one of the sentries they placed before. So he managed to just kill an Ob that was sitting on the river.
All right, now we're looking at a 4-second Time Walk, and you can see there, he Time Walks in, farms a creep wave, then reverse Time Walk out of there, so cute little plays. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Gunnar gonna walk right into it with his Arcane Rune running.
Oh, they've got the Chronosphere for it. Oh, no. Envy backs out.
Didn't like it.
I think I mean, if it's
Oh my
daylight
God, I got
and you
another
time
one,
walk
dude.
in, you know Storm's gonna zip before that chrono. You don't want to be airballing a chrono.
I mean, he just got his Aeon Disc too.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, blink in by the bat right. He didn't pop his BKB till afterwards. Now he's in trouble because he's being ruptured, so he's just gonna lasso Sammy
beat
Boy.
out.
Yeah. Okay, they bail, or at least the Batrunner bails. Nice. Bloodbright couldn't catch a couple of heroes. It looks like Jubei, the only one left behind it, as everyone else just ditches him. Snapfire being chased by the Storm, who
They
gets
don't
caught in
know.
the Chronosphere
They
now,
don't
but the
disc, they don't
Aeon
know.
Disc, it's going to wear off soon. The kisses are there. Gunner's still going to die. Even with the Aeon Disc, they still bring him down. The buyback's paying off here so far for Black and Yellow.
Oh,
Envy.
the jukes! He's up and down. They can't
Time
catch
walk
him.
in, reverse time walk out. This man, controlling time. And the chase is on. With Storm dead, they're just having their way with 4 Zoomers.
Sammy Boy's just stuck.
Time
Oh,
walk
the double
into
bash as
the
Brax
arena.
comes in.
Oh, Envy's still chasing. He's got
I
time
can't believe Sammy
dilation.
Boy lived.
Well, he hasn't lived yet.
Oh, it reached. But
Yep.
it's only rupture
Barely.
cooldown though. Oh,
Time
yeah,
walk
he's
in. Oh, he meant it, but he got silenced afterwards. Sammy Boy tries to get the kill, but unfortunately for him, he just didn't have the damage.
gone. Zero with the body block.
Envy, time walk in, reverse time walk out. What's he doing? He's hiding behind a tree, but he gets caught by the sharpshooter. Nicely played by the hoodwink. This fight is just crazy.
But they're gonna get them all.
Yeah.
The eventual 5-man wipe somehow.
Okay. What happened that fight, Trent? I have zero idea.
I mean, so it started with, first off, fresh Aeon Disc for Gunner, so he's like, nice. And then he still gets chronoed and died because Yamsun just had no cares and just kept firing the entirety of the Mortimer Kisses there. So there was this giant burning pool of death underneath him when it ended. So that was a nice counter to that concept. And then they didn't know when to start that fight because, as he said, the bat went in, then he's like late BKBing, so then he's TPing out while his team's running away, and then Envy's reversing, and now Gunner's found himself another Aeon Disc on Juve. Nice.
Aeon discs all around.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, this game was, steering towards the 4 Zoomers' way for quite some time, but that fight showing there is still a bit something left for Black and Yellow.
What were they? I guess the fact they literally had zero input from Gun to that fight was the main thing. Like he died without getting a whole lot done. Just got chronoed and just finished off.
Even with the Aeon disc, the Mortimers, just the chrono lasting long enough for the Mortimer's damage to kick into play, and well,
It's pretty cool because you don't think of it like that, where like the fires, because like no one stands in the pool very often, or at least they definitely don't stand in a pool of like a bunch of them. So kind of interesting. I guess the damage must stack.
I think as long as
Burning
you
pools underneath.
Yeah, and if you pop the Aeon disc right away, it's still a good 5-second duration on chrono. Like, you can block a lot of damage, but
Yeah.
you're not going to block everything.
Well, he got the Aeon Disc last time, so this time on the zip in, he's dead.
This is going to be the problem, though. If Aegis, Cheese, Shards, these kind of items are on the 4 Zoomers side, that's where things can get tricky. Zero scouts it with a Chakram, though, and he's got Nag, so he's got the double Chakram.
Who are they going to give Shard to on Zoomers if they get it?
Oh, they're chasing Zero. They want him. Okay, looks like he's going to get out of there.
I guess it's Storm. I mean, the Spear is nice.
What
I
about
could go for
CM?
Storm or Mars, I think.
I could go for the CM trend. That's what I'm seeing here.
I know, I want it. Believe me, but you can't do it.
Yeah, you can't. You can't rely on... Freezing Field is not something you're looking at to win you fights.
Well, I'm looking at Chrono, though, with a Satanic on Envy.
Sammy Boy getting bashed. It's a BKB, goes in, snatches it. It's Zero who actually got the Roche kill. It looks like Sammy Boy cleaned up all the cheese and the shards, and now Zero may pay for this with his life. Envy, he's just teasing them like he might chrono. But that leads to Gunner with an Acceptor getting a nice 2-hero Vortex off, taking out the Snapfire and Envy. Perhaps should have gone for a Chronosphere, as they will see Sammy Boy. Oh, he gets the cheese off. Had the Aegis, but getting the Aegis would be much more valuable than the cheese.
Yeah, with how he wants to push these towers, and versus a Chrono, 1,000%. Man,
It
he
is
just
Storm.
got the CM, too.
Yeah, okay.
He almost had both. Man, how did he live there? I'm actually checking my combat log. He was 100 HP. Damn.
This SMY with the SAS resist is getting a lot of value for Sammy Boy.
It's very interesting having these Aeon so late in the game because much like Chrono, you don't actually find fights without Chrono very often at this point, but the Aeon are even faster to come back. It's only like 100 seconds, so every time you basically have to kill them twice. Or like you need 2 initiations is the big thing. Envy's just trying to pop it right now.
Sammy.
If he dies for this, trying to pop an Aeon disc.
Yeah. Gunner's out of mana here. He's going to be a little bit careful. Gunner gets blinked on, time walked on and bashed, but the Chronosphere only catches his 2 teammates, so Gunner will be okay. Envy, time walks in, gets another multi-hero bash off. Mantis out of the frostbite. He wants Husky. Husky going to get himself a little bit back to safety. Doesn't have freezing field here. As the kisses coming in from afar, the arena from Brax trying to turn this fight around, but there's a lasso on top of him. The Vortex Gunner catches Envy, but there's just no damage to follow this one up. Sammy Boy, he's back in the fight though, and he is absolutely looking to clean this one up, but he's on his own. He's being abandoned. And with Zero coming back in, he is dead. 4 dead on Forzumer's side. TP out from Store. Another good team fight for Black and Yellow.
Yeah, that big zip just killing Gunner. That was risky. Like, it started out as almost risky for Black and Yellow because they're committing to something just to try and pop an Aeon disc, but okay, Envy's insane. That would have been crazy if that works. Knows that Storm wants to come and clear off that wave as it's by himself and tries to like backstab behind the tower. That was about to be nuts. But anyway, like Gunner makes that big zip, and yeah, it's painful when you're Storm Spirit. You just have no man in the fight. You see him like waddling around. He like threw out an Orchid, a couple spells, and they're just hanging out on the back line instead of being that big force that you need in these fights.
Yeah, I think when I saw it in my head, I'm like, okay, he's doing this. He has Aegis, but I'm like, wait a second, it's Bloodseeker. He's on with the Aegis here, and yeah, committing his entire mana pool for a very deep dive. Doesn't end up dying, but it did kind of commit his team very far in.
Oh, telescope now for the Dire. Pass that on over to the AA, perhaps. Oh, Snapfire wants it. Yeah, also amazing, obviously. The cookie.
How big do you think the scan cooldown is? I feel like that's something we never talk about.
That part is interesting. It is definitely big, for sure. It's like, I don't know, the problem is that you don't necessarily want to spam it because there's always these like key moments that you really want to have it, but yeah, anytime around Roche, and we know how much Roche matters in the current meta, so even past second Roche, it is still pretty important. So yeah, I'm always down if my support wants to just spam this thing. It is crazy that it's 50%.
Yeah. Looking, what, 3 minutes 30, half that, so have you got the math for me there, Trent?
No, I can't. I got nothing. It's impossible.
Minute
no one can do it.
Minute 45.
Oh, how does he do it?
Yeah. No. Well, Black and Yellow looking to play on the aggressive now. They've got a level 26 Faceless Void. Oh, he's got Backdrag now. This Void just feels unkillable. He's got 3.7k health, a Satanic Manta, the reverse Time Walk, like
a butterfly soon. Yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, to go back to what you were saying, it does really feel like Envy is truly itemizing for the late game here, even though I kind of had my doubts. This build is working out fantastic the longer this game goes.
It is. It's crazy how many games seem to be, oh, nice Chrono. I mean, it's only Ocean, but... Oh, yeah, that was getting a little worrisome there with the old evasion. Okay.
I mean, that's still a 160-second cooldown. This is not Old Void with the Ag Scepter where you get like a 40-second Chrono cooldown.
Yeah, that is true. I guess it's because he knows there's no Roche, so
yeah,
he wants a free pick off before the Aegis. Doesn't have to worry about contesting at the pit. And I was really just looking forward to the boomerang there for the survival, but couldn't get it, you know?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the next move for these two teams are. Perhaps it is going to be, okay, if you're Zoomers, Roche number 3, perhaps. I mean, they'd much rather Gunner have the next Aegis if possible. Obviously, the last one, they just wanted to make sure they grabbed it.
What's the most Aeon discs we've ever had in a game, I wonder? Can we get some more? Ooh. You know? We're looking for one on the Bat Rider now. Oh, BKB from Brax.
Brax, yeah.
Slight panic mode here.
He has backup on the way. Gets caught by an Ice Blast. That's Ice Blast down, though. It's just a 40-second cooldown. Meanwhile, on the backlines, Envy was looking to finish off Brax. Couldn't do so. Lasso coming out will finish Crystal Maiden as Sammy Boy, his BKB, wearing off, but he has got the lockdown onto Esk. Esk who can't Firefly out of this one. The Aeon just gets popped by Yamson with the kisses. The chase
And
is
he's
on,
1v1ing
Zero in the
Brax on
trees,
the
and
tree line,
Envy,
too.
yeah, having his way as Sammy Boy is just cannot tank through the damage without the BKB against the Chakram, the double Chakram from Zero. And they just shred their way through the Zoomers.
I can't believe Esk lived through all that. He's just in the middle of this like entire fight.
Yeah.
And somehow survives through it. They just couldn't find the finished damage. He's so fast, the boots of travel once he gets moving with the Firefly too.
So
This
like,
game is looking all black and yellow right now. Oh. What did Yamson say? Never taken their throne, even in a scrim?
really?
Yeah. Come on now. This is their time.
Well, perhaps they've had
So
enough
they've
losing.
never managed to do it.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower
Well,
is under
could be a first here as Black and Yellow, at least in game number 1, looking like we could be in for a tight best of 3 here. MB has the completed butterfly with a leveler of all items to go high ground with, and he just...
I don't know about the boomerang though.
It costs nothing. I guess it's just free harass because you get the time lock and then you're backing the tower, so
Yeah.
it is kind of just free harass. Oh, they've caught Ocean in the trees. It's not been an easy game for Ocean. Last fight he did no damage at all, and this one, well, he just gets picked off to start it off.
How? Do they have like a? I guess is he just moving or something? I keep thinking the camouflage is just gonna save him.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
But like, I mean, he got caught out top, and now he gets caught out there. That's ridiculous. You know, I thought Husky was doing well in the D wards, but they're just de-squirreling. They got pest control going on black and yellow.
Radiant's middle tower has
Yeah, we talked about some of the strength this hero is not being used to playing against it, and I think Esk is saying, I've played more than enough games against this pesky hoodwink and knows exactly what to do. But Black and Yellow take one lane, back off. Perhaps it's their turn to play the waiting game for Roshan. It can respawn any time in the next 3 minutes, and we'll find out exactly when in a moment's time. Oh, insta-Rosh respawn.
That's a massive benefit for them, and it's gonna be the Aghanims, no refresher. So, who are we giving this to? Can I get a bad Ags here? Timber's already got one.
Yeah.
Oh, Yamson though. Ooh, that's tempting. Give me the bat. Give me the bat. Come on, Esk. Oh, he gets the Aegis too.
No one's taking this Axe.
Are they-
What's going on?
Okay, that's gonna say.
Okay, yes, there we go.
All right. Well, if you guys haven't seen it in a long time, it's still the same thing. You lasso one thing, and you get a second thing.
Yep.
There you go.
The old double lasso.
Oh, the grab. There it is. He
Got
actually
the
got both.
two-man lasso with the follow-up Ormus
Instantly.
Kisses. Wow, insta value, and he's got the Aegis, so he's going to go running, diving forward.
The flicker though, it might save Ocean here, but they have a ward. No.
He's
Go
trying to get
squirrel.
the hell out of there.
Oh, this is like Animal
Run.
Planet. The bat chasing the squirrel.
He's
And
still
then the
going
lumberjack
down.
comes through and deforests. That really was pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah.
That was basically ecology lesson there, guys.
Except
Eventually, we ruin everything by
Yeah.
with cutting trees.
by lumberjack, you mean, like Amazon or something.
Warrior's courier has been killed.
Meanwhile, Envy showing off his own pushing strat. Okay, yeah, all right, Envy, that was so risky. I guess mad and satanic, but still.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, Spirit back. Will he get the cheese off? He's being
he's
chain
dead.
stunned. Oh my god, he's actually dead. So risky indeed. He finally gets punished, and Yamson going to go down as well. 4 Zoomers holding the high ground.
Oh, only Envy. Oh, only Envy makes that
Oh.
happen. His team is nowhere nearby. He gives the Aegis to the Bat Rider. And he is satanic and Manta. Jeez, he doesn't get to use any of it.
I wonder if, how intentional that was, because it felt like after he left the pit, he came back to grab the cheese. So surely he would rather the Aegis than cheese, but
I mean, he has a lot of items. He might not want the Aegis.
yeah.
Like, he might feel like he needs the treads.
Warrior's middle tower is under
I don't know. That was something else, though. Oh, man, this would be a painful buyback. You do not want to have to use that, but you really want
Right.
to force it if you're Radiant. I feel like the Zoomer's got to go.
Perhaps the lucky thing is the Zoomer's draft does not push particularly well.
True, they don't have a Snapfire. You know, the pushing behemoth that exists on black and yellow, you know?
Oh yeah.
I can't believe that this whole game is actually just carries dying because they're trying to hit buildings with non-building hitters. Bloodseeker up top led into like the worst fight for the Zoomers, and now Envy just reverse walking and moonwalking off of this tower here. I'm not sure what's happening here. We got no building hitters. That's what's happening. We need a meteor hammer coming out from this timber saw or something.
How's our Timber doing? He's level 28. Progressing
Holy
well.
moly. Wow. Did not realize that.
Batrunner's just hit 25 as well, so that minus lasso cooldown, very good talent.
You get 26%, because they have the timber chain of 25, so you need the timber chain, but you have 26% death attribute reduction on the whirling death.
Ooh.
That's a lot of attributes. Brax is going to be looking real skinny after that one. That's like some liposuction.
Yeah, he's getting the bicep reduction surgery that Jenkins got. Oh, Chronosphere from Envy. Looking to step on Brax. He couldn't get the BK off in between. Does have buyback. Maybe looking to bait this fight here. Sammy Boy could turn around. Has the Aeon Disc. It's going to pop here. There's no Chronosphere to worry about. Brax holding his buyback for now. And Zoomers, well, looks like they're considering just backing off and going to the high ground until Gunner gets a nice initiation, gets a multi-hero vortex off of the CM freezing field on everybody. Husky, nobody can stop this man. The spear, Envy gets caught in the arena. He's dead. He needs to buy back, perhaps, or at least his teammates are going to buy back. The CM comes back into the fight as well. Gunner looking to bring down Yamson. The damage is just there before the TP out, as Zero's going to be careful. Another 2-hero vortex coming out from Gunner, and they are just cleaning up the black and yellow squad. Huge team fight from 4 Zoomers.
Yeah, just able to get a TP out there. But again, I mean, I keep checking Husky to see if he has the shard. I don't know how he keeps getting these ultis off. Oh, they got a gem too. Very nice. Oh my god. Again, he does the big damage of it. Gunner, that was a great fight. That's the close to the base Storm fight, you know?
Yeah.
It got initiated on. He didn't have to burn a lot of his mana for it to start off. And yeah, I was just thinking about how well this Time Walk was working for popping these Aeon Discs too, that I thought maybe they could get the kill onto Sammy Boy after, but ooh, it is tough times now for Black and Yellow. A 13k lead, and I think that's about to diminish a little bit here. Now, it was Sammy Boy bought back, right? As well as Ocean, I think?
Husky,
no, Husky.
I think,
Husky
yeah, on the
back,
CM.
yeah.
So this is, potential, for that gold lead to drop if they force buybacks, but also potential for Black and Yellow to win the game if they kill Sammy Boy.
True. You gotta get this building. I feel like
I don't think
they actually can't hit
back.
top fast enough to kill the racks there.
Wow.
Because they'll just like push out the wave mid and they won't even have finished it, it feels like. They're gonna smoke and sit behind them.
If you're Black and Yellow, you're happy to give up one lane of racks to save your own buybacks here. You still have this big window where you can try go on Sammy Boy. And pop the Aeon Disc. They would have seen that too. So Sammy Boy playing without the Aeon.
Yeah, at least it was the mid racks as well, so that's gonna keep the pressure down the mid lane, so it makes it slightly easier as things move forward to like spread them defending in their base a little bit.
And now Void getting some of these big late game talents. Gets the 40 attack speed, which he previously skipped for the Time Walk, and that's going to give him a bit more damage output. The Chrono AoE, I've heard this talent be a bit divisive. Some people saying it's one of the worst 25s in the game, and others, thinking it's sick.
Speaking of Chronos, he only gets one though. Yeah, he had the AoE.
But he doesn't have the Aeon Disc, and I think that's why he wants Sammy Boy. The lasso follow-up with an Ice Blast. Sammy Boy doesn't have buyback. They need to keep him alive. He gets the BKB off. He's got no TP. He's just going to turn and fight, but he's died. So is the CM. The 2 heroes without buyback are both gone. Envy buys back after dying, knowing that this is where they can dish the killing blow. Brax just going to arena and run, as it looks like 4 Zoomers have to go in full retreat here. They've got to be careful. That lasso has a very low cooldown with the 25 on bat.
Ocean defending.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gunner, zip in. Doesn't want to commit too far, perhaps. They throw out the boomerang. Ocean doing what he can. Brax is low. He's going to go down without buyback as well. This is looking like 4 Zoomers perhaps could be getting KO'd here. They turn it around to kill off the Zero Timber, but he's got buyback. Gunner dies. He doesn't buy back. It's the Hoodwink buying back. It may just be GG here. Gunner is going to end up committing. Perhaps he's going to look to cut some creep waves here.
Yeah, he's got to.
Yeah. Oh, he missed him. Oh, no.
It's just too many. Like a giant horde of creeps.
Yep. They didn't line up perfectly for him. They do glyph
the
the
glyph
tower.
killed it
Okay.
though. He's good.
And bottom lane, it's Ocean trying to get the creeps. Gets lasso. No Firefly damage though. But the follow-up from Zero could perhaps finish him off. Ocean, does he get the creeps? That's perhaps all he wants. He can't do it. Gunner can clean him up, though. Envy, meanwhile, hitting tier 4s through backdoor protection.
All right, Envy.
I mean, he's not doing much damage. Let me tell you that, Trent.
It's all right.
Oh,
They got the little shredder, and they
disabled.
burnt it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
For one creep, one super melee creep in the base.
Oh, look at him go. He's taking down that effigy.
Yeah.
He is the hero that they need.
And I think they've done it. Yep, that's it. GG is cold. It was a funny last few moments of cat and mouse attempts to clear the creep waves from four Zoomers, but crazy game.
Oh, jeez. If I lost this game, I don't even know what I would say I learned from this game if I was 4 Zoomers. Maybe, like, hope that we had better ways to kill buildings. This was a weird game.
Yeah. Neither team able to take buildings. A lot of weird, crazy fights. Very hectic, very disjointed. They were kind of all over the place.
Yeah, in general, their vision felt pretty good. I wouldn't even say that was like a problem in terms of like how the fights were taken either. I guess part of it was like the best lockdown initiation they had was the storm, and it felt like it cost Gunner a lot every time whenever that happened. But I mean, their follow-up chainstones were generally pretty good. The Aeon disc purchases were all right. Just, I guess buildings, honestly, it felt like you had to play super clean if you wanted to get this win in the time frame where they had that massive lead on the side of the Zoomers, because then Envy just turned up. I think Envy played extremely well this game. I think he like overplayed his hero. I think he did more than you would have expected from the Faceless Void, right from that super early Aghanim share too. So very impressive. And the first time they ever beat 4 Zoomers, apparently, in very impressive fashion, I guess. Yeah. So we'll see if they can do it a second time.
We'll be heading back to the panel and break down that game and figure out whether or not 4 Zoomers have an answer or if it is going to be a black and yellow 2-0. We'll see you then.